I kept running into the same problem every time I tried to make a YouTube thumbnail. I'd either spend way too long trying to design something myself, or I'd end up with something that just looked like everyone else's. And the moment your thumbnail looks generic, people scroll past it without even thinking. So I tested a workflow that actually solves this, and the whole thing takes maybe 10 minutes, no design skills needed, no copying anyone else's style. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to turn your video script into a professional, unique thumbnail. The two tools we're using here are Claude and GPT Image 2. Now, GPT Image 2 is currently one of the best image generation models out there, especially when it comes to combining a detailed prompt with a real reference photo of your face and turning that into something that actually looks polished and specific. And the way we're going to access it is through OpenArt, which is an all-in-one AI platform. The reason I use OpenArt for this instead of going to each tool separately is simple. One subscription gets you access to every model you need, including GPT Image 2, without having to manage 5 different accounts and 5 different payments. If you want to follow along, I've left the link to OpenArt in the description below. Now, before we touch either tool, there's one thing you need to have ready, and this is the step most people skip entirely. You need your video's script, or at minimum your title, what the video covers, and what the viewer's main takeaway is going to be. The reason this matters is that your thumbnail is supposed to tell the story of your video in a single frame. If you don't know what that story is before you start, the thumbnail you end up with won't match the content, and viewers can feel that disconnect even if they can't explain it. For this video, I've got my script right here, so let's use it. Head over to Claude and open a new conversation. Now paste your full script directly into the prompt box. If you don't have a script, write out your video title, a quick summary of what's covered, and what you want the viewer to walk away knowing. The more context you give here, the better. Then, after you paste the script, type this instruction. This is my video script. Read it and write a YouTube thumbnail prompt based on what the video is actually about. Include me as the main character in the thumbnail. I'm the person making this video. My facial expression should match the energy of the content. The thumbnail should be in a 16:9 ratio, and my face should be large and prominent in the frame because that's what's performing well in 2026. Keep the visual concept completely original. Don't reference or copy any existing thumbnail style. What Claude gives you back is a fully written prompt, specific to your content, describing the composition, the background, your expression, the mood, and the visual language of the shot. And because it's built from your actual script, it fits the video rather than just being a generic YouTube thumbnail concept. Here's what mine came back with. You can see it pulled the key ideas from the content, described a specific expression and energy that matches the tone, and laid out a clear visual structure. That's exactly what you want to bring into the image generator. Take a moment to read through it. If something feels off or there's a direction you'd rather take it, just tell Claude, "I don't love that concept, give me a different idea." And it'll come back with a completely different angle. You're not locked in until you're happy with the direction. Once you have a prompt you like, head over to OpenArt. Log in and go to the image section on the main dashboard. Click the model selector and switch to GPT Image 2. This is the model we're using for the actual thumbnail generation, and the reason it works so well for this specific use case is that it handles photorealistic faces with real precision. Most image models struggle when you give them a real person's face as a reference. The output ends up feeling slightly off or generic. GPT Image 2 locks in your actual likeness in a way that the other models simply don't match right now. Once you've selected the model, paste in the thumbnail prompt Claude wrote. Set your aspect ratio to 16:9 and hit generate. What comes back should feel specific to your video, not like something pulled from a template library. The model is combining your prompt, which was already tailored to your content, with your actual face, so the result has your likeness in a composition designed for your video. For a thumbnail, that combination is exactly what you need. If the first version isn't quite right, you don't need to start over. You can refine it right there inside OpenArt, adjust the prompt, change the expression direction, tweak the background, and generate again until it lands. And if the whole concept needs rethinking, go back to Claude, tell it the first idea didn't land, and ask for a new direction. Then bring that new prompt back into OpenArt, run it through GPT Image 2 again, and you're done. The loop between these two tools is fast, and you can run it as many times as you need. What makes this workflow different from just prompting an image generator directly is the thinking Claude puts into the first step. Most people go straight into image generation with a vague description, and the result looks like it. When you start from a prompt that was actually built from your content, your expression, and your video-specific energy, the thumbnail feels intentional from the first generation. And that's what actually gets clicks. With this workflow, you can create a unique, high-quality thumbnail for every video you make in minutes, not hours, and without copying anyone else's format. And with OpenArt, you get access to GPT Image 2 and every other top model you need, all under one subscription. If you want to start building thumbnails like this today, click the link for OpenArt in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.